Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys your spiritual journey reading. This one's going to be specific. We're really going to focus on your weaknesses as well as your strengths on your spiritual journey at this particular time. So this beautiful orgonite that we're using today is the Rainbow Orgonite created by my friend Michelle from Wing & Bell. So I'll put her information down below. The decks that we're going to be using, two from Rising Sun Oracle called the Soul Activation Oracle deck. This is the regular version, and we have the Shadows edition. We're also going to be using my Spirits of Darkness and Light Divination deck, as well as the Angel Prayer cards and the Angel Wisdom Tarot, I believe this one's called. So yes, we're going to go ahead and get started, you guys. Just take what resonates and get rid of what doesn't. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to focus on what are our shadows and weaknesses and challenges at this time on our spiritual journey. What are our weaknesses at this time? Oh, we have abusive solar plexus chakra. Okay. So abusive. So we're going to, of course, clarify some of this stuff to just kind of get a little bit of a deeper meaning there. We have ignore third eye chakra. And last we have feeling lost. So we have third eye chakra coming up 2 times. We might be feeling lost. We might also be ignoring our intuition. And we have abusive. So something's going on with the solar plexus chakra and abusive. So let's take a look here. See what we got going on. All right, what is this abusive energy about? Spirit of the wind, activity, movement, and disruption. So what I'm getting from this here, you guys, the solar plexus chakra to me is our confidence. It's our life force. You know, it pushes us forward basically on our journey. It pushes us forward on our pathway, especially when it comes to like our mission and our purpose, our reason for being here, right? I feel like something like maybe perhaps some sort of trauma or abuse, something has come in to disrupt this energy field. That's what I'm getting here. We've allowed something to come in and disrupt this energy, to take us off of our path. So now we feel lost on our path. We don't trust our intuition. Maybe we're even now ignoring the signs that are coming up on our journey because we just feel somewhat lost. So something has disrupted our energy field. Now it could be that we are abusing ourselves. So we could be abusing drugs, we could be abusing alcohol, we could be abusing food. I know I'm doing that right now. We could be doing certain things, acting in certain ways that are just basically very disruptive for our spiritual journey, right? This could also be, like I said, somebody else has done something, and so we are allowing this trauma to disrupt our energy field and our movement forward, our activities, things like that. So now we have third eye chakra, which is ignore. Ooh, Spirit of the Crow. Wow. I see here. So we are really ignoring the messages that are coming to us that are warning us, okay? Because the crow, this is about prophecy, messenger, bad news. So we're ignoring our intuition. We're dismissing red flags too. We know that something isn't good, but we are ignoring it. We don't want to hear it. We're ignoring something. And lost. What is this about? Ooh, Spirit of the Sun, energy, vitality, and resurrection. So to me, we're feeling like that we're lost in the darkness. It's like the light has forsaken us. That's how we feel. We feel like we have been forsaken. We feel like we are alone. We feel like Spirit has abandoned us. That is what I'm getting as well. Wow. Okay, you guys. So let's go ahead and get some tarot here. Let's get some tarot on that abusive energy. What's this abusive energy about? This is our emotions. I definitely feel here, you guys, that we have felt somewhat like we have been emotionally abused. That's what I'm getting here. And this isn't to make the viewer a victim, that this has been done to you. It could be that you're abusing yourself by subjecting yourself to an abusive situation, abusive person. The Queen of Cups to me is somebody who's very loving. She's very nurturing. She's very sensitive. So this means that she's very vulnerable because she wears her heart on her sleeve. She opens her heart, you know? She's very kind. She's very giving. So this right here is saying because you have opened up your heart space and you've become, maybe you've been abused or a person has taken advantage of you. It could be that now you're not even trusting your emotions. You're not even trusting your intuition. It's almost like maybe perhaps someone has shaken you to the core to where you don't even feel like you can trust yourself because you were wrong or because this person hurt you. So now this wound is here that is now causing you now to ignore, what you're getting from your higher self. It's almost like it's taking you off of your journey. It's taking you off of your spiritual quest. It's also robbed you of trusting your intuition. That's what I'm seeing here. But again, this has either been induced by someone else, or this is something where you have done this to yourself. You've given so much to a person, like you've self-sacrificed, right? You've given so much to your person, you overgave. Maybe even you become codependent. You tried to control somebody else. And it could have been that in a way it's like abusive to someone else and it's abusive to you. Because when we're trying to control other people and we're not in control of ourselves and we're not taking care of ourselves, we're actually abusing ourselves when we're doing this. So we might see ourselves as a victim, but in some ways we may not be a victim. There may just be a very valuable lesson when it comes to taking care of the self. Maybe you didn't take care of yourself, right? Maybe you ignored taking care of yourself. You ignored your intuition as well. That could be it as too. It's like the signs were there, but you ignored them anyways. You thought you were going to love someone, or you thought you were going to give so much to a situation and that somebody was going to love you in return, and they didn't. I've done this a million times. Give. I'm going to be the most amazing giving person in the world, and then I prized myself of just being such a selfless, wonderful person. But really deep down inside, why was I doing it? This is just, an example. I was doing it because I was looking for some sort of validation in a way that was very selfish. Was I really giving because I really wanted to? Or was I giving because I needed to get some sort of validation that I was important, that I was needed? You see? So sometimes our own issues are wrapped up in giving and overcompensating, right? And even though we might be really coming from a good place, there might be some sort of lack that we're not even aware of. So, and it could be that we need to take a look at maybe even our childhood, right? Maybe our childhood. And when we use the word abusive, basically lack of love can be abusive. It's very abusive to a child not to be loved, not to be paid attention to. That could do so much harm, especially as an adult with these unresolved issues. So somebody or something has come in to disrupt us and to shake us up, to show us that maybe there's something that we need to heal. Maybe there's some kind of behavior that we're meant to look at. Maybe somebody did something to us, and even though it might feel like it's just the end of the world, it does give us an opportunity to really take a good, deep look at ourselves to figure out, you know what? Sometimes we're the victim of our own doing. And sometimes we're not. Somebody could have done something where you really were coming from a good place and you didn't deserve it, but it did happen. And maybe we knew, like, now this will help us to be more discerning that we can't save people, and that not everybody is good. Not everybody is good. And we may want to be in love and light and see the best in everyone, but we do need to protect ourselves. We do need to realize that there's darkness in this world. And we also need to realize that we all have a shadow side of ourselves. And sometimes that shadow side does protect us. Sometimes we need to be a little in our egos in order to say no. And or to be very like, hell no, putting up a boundaries and saying, no, I'm not ignoring how I'm feeling right now. How I'm feeling is I'm feeling not good. Sometimes we feel like if we feel bad or our intuition or something is telling us, ooh, something is off, that somehow we're judging another person. We don't want to judge other people because we're light workers, or we're supposed to be in the love and the light, and we're supposed to unconditionally love everybody. Sometimes bad things happen to good people, you guys. So I'm getting here that there might be an overabundance of sensitivity or guilt. So we feel like we have to go the extra mile. Or maybe we're just ignoring that little voice in our head that says, ooh, something's off. We need to pay attention, but we didn't pay attention. And maybe we didn't pay attention because we were in love, or maybe we didn't pay attention because we wanted to see the best in this person. There's a fine line. There's a fine line on with spirituality and being, on like this love and light energy. Nothing wrong with it, but when we get lost and we don't pay attention to our intuition and our third eye, which is coming up 2 times here. Sometimes we pay for it later. You know, energy doesn't lie. If something seems off, you guys, pay attention. Pay attention. So sometimes we can get to a point where we're just like, I listened to my intuition. I really felt in my heart. I felt it in my heart that this person was good. Are we sure that that was our intuition, or was that our feelings? So sometimes there's a fine line, you guys, between our emotions and our intuition. Okay? So there's something how we're learning through our shadows. And guess what? Now we have Spirit of the Sun, resurrection. We can always be reborn on our journey. We can be wrong and we can resurrect and say, I get it now. I was wrong. It's okay, but I learned from this mistake. I don't need to be lost in this. I can resurrect. I can come back up again. I can renew my energy. I can be vital again. I can live again. There's still living. There's still life out there beyond this. Just because this fell apart or whatever happened here doesn't mean I have to continue on in this energy forever. I can resurrect myself. I can rise from the ashes. I can survive. I will survive. Next time, I'm not going to ignore those red flags. I'm smart enough now. I'm wise enough now to know the difference between my emotions and my issues versus my intuition and what truly is best for me. Do you see how it all works out? What else? Oh, it's the Death card. Yep. This says here, endings that lead to new beginnings, the need to release situations or people that are holding you back, spiritual transformation. This is just amazing here, you guys. So we're releasing something that just didn't work. We're releasing an abusive pattern. We're releasing the need to abuse ourselves or for abusive people in our lives that are holding us back. We can spiritually transform and resurrect at any time into a new energy. This doesn't define who we are. Yes, we can take it with us and we can take the wisdom with us, but we don't have to take the wound. We don't have to take the pain and all the darkness. We don't have to get lost in it. We don't have to let it ruin our lives. We can release this and transform from it. We can heal. Beautiful. And we have the Five of Wands. So to me, this is like conflicts with others, conflicts with whoever this was. It's meant to be a part of your spiritual ascension and journey, okay? You're meant to have opposing opinions with people, but you're not meant to continue to stay in that fight forever and to continue to get abused by this person or maybe even abuse someone else. If you find yourself wanting to lash out at somebody over and over and over again, there's something going on. Let's walk away from that. Let's release that. Let's walk away from drama. It says, is the situation really worth our time? If it is, then stand up for yourself. You know? This is basically telling us here, if you're being abused and you need to speak your truth, this might be a time for you, because sometimes that Queen of Cups, she doesn't tell people how she's feeling. She feels guilty. She might not be very assertive with her words. She's not the Queen of Swords. She's the Queen of Cups. You might have to find some of that Queen of Swords energy and say, oh, hell no. This is not okay with what's happened here. I'm not going to ignore how I feel any longer. I do need to speak my truth. And when I do this, I can release you and walk forward and resurrect and be reborn and move on and leave it in the past. Okay? But at the end of the day, you guys, is something worth your time? Is your need to be right? Is it worth it? For some of you, it might be. Some of you might need to find your voice and do this. Others, you might just be continuing to just lose yourself in the drama to where you're not really making any headway. It might just be better at this point to just let it go. Damn, look at that. All right, let's get one last message from this card. Then we're going to move into the strengths. Honor your beauty. Look at all that green. I love it. Archangel Jophiel coming up here. So this is talking about, thank you, Jophiel, for helping me discover my inner and outer beauty. So this is about the inside. Look at that. That's inside Queen of Cups. The outer to me would be more of that Queen of Swords energy. So this means that you can be a gentle warrior. Okay? You can be a gentle warrior. You can be both the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords. But this is about you releasing your expectations that someone else is going to change. This is also about you releasing your expectations that somebody is going to make it all better. You're the only person that can make it all better. You're the only person that is responsible for your own healing. And you're actually the only person that's responsible for your experiences in this life. So if you continue to connect yourself with people that are not good for you, you will continue to diminish and you will continue to lose yourself. Or you can resurrect, disconnect, release your need for toxic people or whatever this is, or toxic behaviors that might be induced by whatever this is connected to. And you can move towards more of like a vitalized life. I love this. All right. So those are the chakras that we have here. We've got the third eye twice and the solar plexus. So to me, this is about finding your voice, conjuring up that confidence, that wisdom and strength to say goodbye to anything that's no longer serving you and moving on. Okay. Amazing. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into this deck here, which is really going to focus on our strengths. So those were things that were challenging us right now, okay? Let's see what's going on with our strengths. Where are we strongest at this time? We have throat chakra, trust. I love that. We have imagine, which is the sacral chakra, and we have the root chakra. So these are completely different than the chakras that already came through. So this really does tell me here that our most strained chakras, where we are blocked the most right now, is the solar plexus and the third eye chakra. Those two chakras right now are challenged or blocked. So this is where we can perhaps focus our energy that will help to realign all of our chakras. We've got the root, the sacral, and the throat. So the root, you guys, is like the root of the matter. It's about being balanced and really secure and grounded in your physical world and your physical life and your physical body. So to me, this is like working from the ground up. This is where it all starts here, these two right here, and then all the rest kind of fall in, right? So we have root, sacral. We also, the only one that's missing here is the heart, but we have the root, we have the sacral, then we have the solar plexus, then we have the throat chakra, and then we have the third eye, and then the crown's missing. So actually the only two that are missing would be the crown chakra and the heart chakra. So I'm not sure exactly what that means, but these ones are highlighted in today's reading for whatever reason. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on with these. So we have trust, okay? Trust. This right here, throat chakra, these are words. This is what we're communicating. We can trust what we are saying. It's like speaking with integrity, speaking with truth, speaking with clarity, letting people know where we're at. If we don't speak, sometimes that Queen of Cups, she doesn't really speak up. But the Queen of Swords does. So we're finding that balance and we're trusting that we can communicate, that we can stand up for ourselves, that we can communicate what it is that we want, that we can honor ourselves, right? I like that. Spirit of the giraffe, perception, foresight, and advantage. What I'm getting here is that when you're speaking your truth, because that's what I'm seeing with this, you're speaking your truth, you have an advantage. You have an advantage in the game of life, okay? It might not feel that way sometimes, because sometimes when we do speak our truth, especially if you're dealing with abusive people or narcissists or just really shit people, they can sometimes turn that around on you and make you out to be the bad person, for sure. I've had that done to me many times. And maybe I've done it to people too. Nobody's perfect, right? But sometimes people that speak their truth can be targets. They can really shake things up in people's worlds. They can really trigger people. People don't sometimes like the truth, right? So this gives you an advantage because you are a truth seeker. You're somebody who focuses on the truth. You take things at face value. When somebody basically tells you something, you believe it. But what I'm getting here with the stuff that came up earlier is that if someone has abused you and they have lied to you, and now you have these issues with mistrust, and you can't believe what somebody's saying, or you can't trust your own intuition because maybe you were off with somebody. What I'm getting here is just continue to be in your truth. Continue to just, believe that not every single person that you deal with is going to be the same. Don't allow whatever happened with another individual or in a situation break you of your trust with other people. Okay? So that's why I believe that this is coming through trust. Don't allow one person to ruin you for everyone. Okay? Because perception and foresight, this like our perception that everyone's going to lie to us, that we can't trust anybody, that right there will weaken you. That will cause you to be imbalanced in your life. That'll cause you to hold back in life. And you're meant to go full throttle. But the thing is, we also have to be discerning. So this is about balancing that. It's about trusting your intuition, but also at the same time, you know, you're very cognizant about, why am I feeling this way? Am I ignoring the signs again? Am I ignoring how I feel? So we're balancing something here. So you have an advantage when it comes to not allowing what has happened shape your future. Don't let your past shape your future in a negative way. You can continue to move forward, and you can continue to trust not only your intuition, but you can trust other people. Because as long as you're balanced and as long as you're working on these things within yourself, you're going to be balanced enough to be able to know the difference between emotions, imagined things, or the truth. You're going to be able to know when someone is lying to you. You're going to be able to know, and you're going to be able to trust your gut. Because remember, that third eye chakra is off right now. And that's why you might feel like you can't trust, but you can moving forward. That's actually really interesting. Yeah, see, spirit of the child. I'm getting here this like, don't let somebody rob you of the magic of life. Life can still be exciting. Life can still be adventurous. This is like the fool's energy to me. Don't allow somebody to take away your childlike wonder. Don't let it be ruined. Imagine is very magical, right? It's very magical. It might seem somewhat immature, kind of like, I have to make sure that I'm always on my game. That's no way to live. It's no way to live being constantly on your game, okay? But it's no way to live being completely oblivious to the darkness either. That's why we have balance now coming through. So there's something about balancing yourself on your spiritual journey. Something has happened to you to rock your world, but it's helping to shape you to be a more well-rounded spiritual person moving forward on your journey. Oh, I love this. Look, luck, abundance, summer. Spirit of the clover. And we have St. Patrick's Day coming up, so there could be a specific event that helps you to balance out your energy around that period of time. But this right here is luck. It's abundance. It could also be summer's energy, which wouldn't, I don't think, be St. Patrick's Day. Maybe it would somewhere. I think that's spring. That would be autumn. This to me is just telling me this is just green energy. It's very healing. She's blanketed in this energy. She's allowing that energy to blanket her rather than all of this other crap and abuse that has happened to her. She's allowing herself to remain the child. We can also see this child also is, kind of touching that animal. So there's something about child energy here. We're not allowing life to harden us. We're allowing life to strengthen us, but not harden us, if that makes sense. So you're meant to find the balance within yourself through these experiences, good and negative. I like this. This is just about keeping moving forward. Okay? Your reward is going to come with this hard work. So this is saying here, successfully balancing. Look at this. You're going to successfully balance this energy. And you're also going to successfully create some sort of abundance here as well. So this has to do with goals too. So one of your strengths right now is that as you continue to hold on to this childlike energy and take risks, because there is something about, you will continue to take risks, okay? You will. Continue to trust life. Trust your intuition. Trust your feelings. Trust other people. But again, balance that energy. Don't go off the Richter scale where you're just like not even paying attention to any signs, or you're not paying attention at all. You're just like throwing caution to the wind and just leaping without a freaking parachute. No, that's not the kind of risk taking we're talking about. But you're balancing it out to where you're not completely hard as nails either, where you won't do anything, where you won't open yourself up to do anything. That's not living. The Chariot is moving forward. The Chariot is experiencing life because that is forward movement. So you will experience victory and success as long as you continue to put one foot in front of the other, and that you're not afraid to take any next steps on your journey because of the either abuse or the hard times or traumas that you've endured so far. Don't let your experiences rob you of living. That's what it is. I think that's how I'm going to title this reading. Personal power and assertiveness. See, this is about the gentle energy, Beauty and the Beast. This is the demon and the angel, the beauty and the beast, feminine and masculine, balancing of energies here. We're not going completely, lion, and we're not going completely angel either. We're balancing the two. We can be the gentle warrior here. We can say no and still be a good freaking person, right? We can be screwed over, but still trust. We can still be an adult, but still dream and imagine. We can still have dreams, but have responsibilities. So this says personal power and assertiveness portrayed with kindness, right? You can still be the Queen of Cups and be the Queen of Swords. Compassion that brings about forgiveness, realizing that you're stronger than you knew. See, and this experience, whatever you guys have gone through, it's just basically helping you to realize that you're so much stronger than you even realized. You had to go through something in order to come out the other end stronger than you were before. You're better off. You're a more seasoned, more well-rounded person now that you've gone through something. But how you're going to allow it to impact you and affect you, and how you're going to carry this energy and where you're going to place it, that is going to determine your next experiences moving forward. It's either going to continue to keep you bound and lost. Let me find this. You're going to continue to still stay here and stuck, or you're going to move forward. The choice is always ours. Always, right? All right. Last tarot. Seven of Cups. No more procrastinating, you guys. It's time for you to make a choice. Get clarity and move forward. For whatever reason, the very last word says addictions. So some of us might have something that is continuing. We're abusing something, an addiction that's holding us back. And we need to stop doing it, whatever it is, and realize that we can pull ourselves out of anything. Now, this could be an addiction to a person, addiction to certain thoughts, behaviors, physical things that are outside of us, which would be people or substances, right? Food, whatever. We can do it. We can do it. We're only as lost and confused as we believe ourselves to be. We're only as powerless as we believe ourselves to be. So, Spirit is telling us here that something has definitely threatened our solar plexus chakra. It's caused our confidence level to plummet, or our self-esteem to go straight down the tubes. Okay? And we may feel so emotional about it and so lost in our emotions that we feel like we cannot get back up. But we can, and it's going to take some time. But we have to start taking a step. Sometimes when we're thinking about something, we think about everything all at one time. I do this all the time. And then I'm just so freaking overwhelmed that I do absolutely nothing. It's like the worst thing ever. And I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Instead of taking some time to maybe take a down day. And that was the last 2 days for me. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I took, what was it? I can't remember what day it was. It was a couple of days this last week that I took for myself, that I didn't bring any readings to Instagram or YouTube. I just needed 2 days for myself because I had a lot of this going on here. I was feeling freaking lost, right? And so I took some time just to take care of myself. And then I was able to come back up. I was able to get moving forward again, right? Sometimes we have too many things on our plate. We can just feel really, really overwhelmed. So this was our strengths, you guys remember. And I love that we have the word, the card strength that actually comes through our strengths. You're stronger than you realize. You can narrow down that energy. You can maybe make a list and start addressing one thing at a time. You can do it. You will be successful, and you can choose to blanket yourself in this positive, beautiful energy and move forward, or you can stay lost in what's happened to you and focus on that. Okay? You can stay connected to toxic people, toxic situations, or you can clear that energy and move forward in a very positive way. So let's go ahead and get one last message to close up this reading. Love it. Love it. Love and accept yourself. Thank you, angels, for lovingly guiding me towards my self-acceptance. So this is huge in this reading today. I feel like something or someone has shaken you to your core to where you just feel so freaking low. And this healing begins with you. You may not get an apology from this person or whatever this is. You may not get closure. You may not get what you feel that you deserved. But at the end of the day, you are responsible for your own journey. And you're responsible with what you're going to participate and how you're going to allow yourself to feel on your journey. So Spirit's saying it starts with you. It starts with your own energy field. And that will determine your experiences moving forward in your life. All right, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed that reading. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.